All right, my students, and welcome to another set of notes, and this will consist of percent. Now we do have three vocabulary words. We have percent, proportion, and percent proportion. Now for some of you, you have already seen the percent symbol, and that is actually this symbol right here. Okay, it kind of looks like division, but it's slanted. But guess what? Remember, this little line also represents division. Okay, now what is percent? Percent has two words in its own word: per, which is every, and then cent, which is 100. Now, in regards to everything that we're doing, percent is a ratio that compares a number to 100. So I'm going to write it in and go ahead and write it down. So again, it's a ratio that compares a number to 100. Hit pause, and when you're ready, go ahead and continue. Now, what is a proportion? So, proportion. Well, that is an equation that shows that two numbers are equivalent. So that proportion is going to tell you, wait, are they equal? And you have done this before, only that you're getting the right term. And again, go ahead and write it down. And when you're ready, go ahead and click continue. Then our last one is percent proportion. Percent proportion, what is that? So at the top you have two ratios that are equal, that are equivalent. So percent proportion is one ratio compares a part to a whole, and that could be a whole amount, a whole percentage, a whole we will find out. And then the other ratio is equivalent to percent written as a fraction. So the percent is converted into a fraction with a denominator of 100. Now, how would this look? Well, let's go ahead and I will give you the idea. So remember, we're trying to get that ratio. So for that ratio, which is, if you remember correctly, is when you compare, two things. So right here you have part. So you're going to be comparing part to the whole amount, part to whole. So you might remember that part, okay? Then you have to put equal because we're trying to make it equivalent. But for this one, you're going to go ahead and put the number from that percentage. So if it's 45%, then 45 will be here. If it's 30%, 30 will be here. Since it's percent, you're going to go per, that's every, and then 100. Your denominator needs to be 100. So this right here would be your main key, or the main, how do you say it? The goal in order to find that solution. So it's very important, okay? Remember, it's part to whole equals percent. Now I'm going to give you an idea right now. Here's an example. Okay, and this example is from your book, page 159, number 5. So a store is having a sale where winter clothes are 60% off the original price. A sweater is on sale for $30. What was the original price of the sweater? So we have that question right here. Now, if we use this part, I'm going to find out, okay, I need my part and I need my whole amount. I'm going to compare them. Okay, then I have to put my percent over 100. Now I'm going to get my pen over here because this is going to tell you when you set this up. Okay, you're going to find out what is the percent. So do you see the percent somewhere over here? Yes, it's right here. So what you're going to do is you are going to substitute this by 60, and then you have 100 because that's 60%. 60%. Now, the next part would be a little bit challenging if you don't know if it's the part of the amount or the entire amount. So it says a sweater is on sale for $30. Now, is $30 the full amount, or is that part of that total? Now we don't know because we have to read this part, or maybe you already know. It said, what was the original price? So if you are looking for the original price, that means that's the whole amount. So if this 30 is less than that original amount, then you know what? This here, that part is 30. So now you're just going to put it together, okay? So this goes over here and it's going to turn into 30 because you know that's part of the total. but you don't know what the original price is, so that's going to be X. Then you're going to go equal to, then you put this here, 60, and then you have 100. Okay, now we're going to do proportions, and this is the same as one of the prior videos that we did, where you're going to get this and you're going to do your little butterfly method. So what is X times 60? Well, measure metal, that's 60X. Okay, now what is 100 times 30? Well, measure metal, that's 300. Nope, that's 3,000. Okay, you have 30, then you have 2 more zeros. Now you have that one-step equation. So in order to get rid of that X, you have to divide it because you're multiplying here. So divide this. So now X equals what? What is 3,000 divided by 60? That's going to be 50. Okay, so your answer will be $50. Now let's go ahead and check it, okay, because we want to make sure. Let's substitute this one by X. So I'm going to put check here. Okay, and now I'm going to put 30 over 50 equals 60 over 100. And if I were to do my butterfly method, I should have this equal. So let's see. What is 50 times 60? So that's going to give me 3,000. Okay, now let's see if this is true. What is 30 times 100? Well, it's also 3,000. So is it equivalent? Yes, you just checked it. Alrighty. Okay, this example is from the same page 159, number 6. So Kai calculates that he spends 15% of a school day in science class. If he spends 75 minutes in science class, how many minutes does Kyle spend in school? So again, you need to calculate that part to whole. So we're going to find out which one is a part and which one is the whole number, because we need to find out which one would be X. Then of course you have your percent, and then always by 100. So do you see a percent around here? Yep, it's right here. So we're going to put 15 right here. Okay. Then it says he spent 75 minutes in science class. So is science class part of the entire school, or is science class the only class he took? Yep, that is part, because it's only one class. You're trying to look for how many minutes he spent in the school altogether. So you're going to put right here 75. Then you don't know what this is, so this would be X. So now we just put this together. Okay, and then you have 15 over 100. Again, we're going to do cross multiply, so I'm going to get my other pen. I'm going to get X times 15, that's 15X. Then I get 75 times 100, and that is 7,500. Okay, so I'm trying to leave the X alone. I'm going to go ahead and put this over here. So divide by 15, divide by 15. X equals 500. So that means he spends 500 minutes in school. I like this one because you could even calculate how many minutes you spent in any of your periods. Okay, so again, it's very important to find out what are they asking for. Are they asking for you to find a part or the whole? Because it does change. All right, hopefully I was able to help. Give it a try, and then we're going to practice in class.